Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting episode of Frequency of Success, where Jim, James, and myself are going to help you learn how to ring that $1 million lifestyle bell for real. Now, I know I say every episode that every episode is a special episode, but this episode is a special episode because I want to bring clarity to something that I think is getting a lot of confusion, and it's called AFFILGO. And what is AFFILGO? AFFILGO is the gambling division of CROWD1. Do you want to say hi first? Sorry, I completely forgot. Say hi, guys.
Hello, everyone out there, and nice to be back here again on this show, learning how to be unique, find your passion, and getting out there.
Yes, yes, yes. Jimmy down there, how you doing, James?
Yeah, I'm doing great, Chris. Thanks for having me, and it's an exciting time for me as well. You know, I always love it here on this show because it gave me the opportunity to reach out to a lot of people and offer my help.
Good, good. Now, I want to get into this AFFILGO. So I've been writing notes. I'm going to work from my notes a little bit. AFFILGO launched in November. And when it did launch, it had some countries and casinos that were involved in that operation. December, January, it was just heating up. We were going. By February, parts of the country over the world start to get hit with COVID-19. Now let's understand something. CROWD1 is in pre-launch, which means it is a huge work in progress. It's called making readjustments where you need to. That is smart business. If you set a game plan in motion and you keep going with that game plan defiantly against all the moving pieces that are changing, if you are not prepared to open up to change, your business will collapse. The fact that CROWD1, the fact that Mr. Jonas Eric Werner and Mr. Johan von Holstein, you know, von Holstein guy, the fact that they're able to make maneuvers and change bits and pieces to go where they need to go is a sign of good leadership. However, when you're devastated with something called COVID-19, what does it do? COVID-19 slams down on casinos, on regulations, on countries. Nothing is happening. We start to lose some business. For example, we lost Betway. Betway was with CROWD1. But through new rules and new regulations that had to be written out and re-agreed to with countries, and guys, you got to understand this whole thing. CROWD1 is dealing with over 160 countries. That's 160 separate agreements that have to be agreed to by lawyers, and then regional agreements by lawyers, and then the casinos and the regulation authorities that are strictly regulating them. I would hate to see the CROWD1 legal bill, but they've been going through that. Now, COVID-19 hits, we gained Premier Bet, we lost Betway. Betway pulls out, Premier Bet jumps in. We had India. Then after regulations were changing, India pulls out, but Mexico comes in. All right, so it's like you're out, you're in, you're in, you're out. Okay, and we're trying to deal with this. AFFILGO still is open with the partnerships. The companies that got on board are still there. Devastated, but we're still in place. Now, what the company is going to do, they're going to make Epic Lotto the spear point of the whole AFFILGO drive. So now Epic Lotto is going to be the guy, the top guy to go to. Epic Lotto. And we're going to go into that in a moment. If COVID-19, if we can bring it down to where people, and it's looking good now, and well, it's looking good, but we got to be careful. If it works, as in people can get together and things can get written in meetings and it's over Zoom and everybody can start maneuvering, Epic Lotto is going to be the #1, dare I say, flagship of AFFILGO, where dozens of countries, partnerships are in place, are going to be involved in Epic Lotto. Who now is on board? I'm going to ask Jim. Jim, what are the companies that are on board now with Epic Lotto? Can you name them out for me?
Eurojackpot, Lotto, Powerball,
Powerball.
$1 Million Lottery.
$1 million lottery. See, this is not all rehearsed. They never know what I'm going to come out with next. What else? $1 million lottery. And for the $1 million, what's the last one?
Mega Millions.
Mega Millions.
One called.
Right. So what does that mean?
Yeah.
What it means is some of the biggest lottery companies on the planet are now connecting into CROWD1. So this time when AFFILGO makes its move, Lotto is at the front and boom, it is going to go huge. Now, naysayers are going to say, well, hang on, that's not fair. You said this and you're doing that. Hey, welcome to the real world of pandemic. Welcome to the real world of a company realizing that, you know what, we're hitting problems here. Again, remember, some countries were on, some jumped out. That's the reality. You try running a company dealing with everybody jumping on the deck chairs and jumping off the deck chairs. Plus, you have COVID-19. Then you try to launch Epic Lotto, which isn't going to happen in the middle of the COVID-19. So we got to just slow down, postpone, hold up, stop, and rework this. That's called great leadership, folks. Whether you like it or not. Now, AFFILGO with Epic Lotto on top is going to be amazing, because those Euro balls those Euro balls and things I was talking about, those Lotto cups, sorry. We're not going to cut this, we'll keep this. Those Lotto companies are on board. We're moving. Boom, 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 full steam ahead. Now with COVID-19 going down, and guess what? I'm thinking a little hummingbird is telling me, whispering in my ear, that you're going to hear about this in that next event on September 12th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jim or James, what's your thoughts?
We know there have been major changes in the online casino world. So there's actually two things here. It's not only COVID-19, because it has become so big with this online casinos. So there have been changes there as well. So for me, it shows really the seriousness of the company not going ahead of anything have done here.
You know, I would be worried if we don't have these changes, because that would tell me the company is doing business recklessly. The CEO always talks about, in quotes, he says, we would be fully compliant to all the regulations in different countries. I mean, this is it. This is it. It shows that they are keeping to their words.
All right, let me ask you this. So what is this Epic Lotto, and why do you think it's going to be big?
The Epic Lotto, for me, it's really going to be exciting, because it's different from other lottery companies out there. And I love the business model they put in place for this and how it works, because if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the lottery. That's how they say it. It's just like in soccer, if you don't shoot, you don't score. But in this case, in Epic One Lotto, it works like this. You stand a chance to win, even if your ticket doesn't win. But of course, you must purchase a ticket to stand that chance. How does it work? It works like this: 2 generations up and 2 generations down. That means if Jim is my upline and Chris is James's upline, that's my generation upwards. 2 generations. For instance, my sister as my downline and my brother as my sister's downline. That's 2 generations down. So for me to stand a chance to win or to benefit from what Chris wins, I must purchase a ticket. Because if Chris purchases a ticket, Jim also purchases a ticket, and I don't purchase a ticket. If it turns out that Chris or Jim wins with their ticket, I would win what Jim wins if I purchase a ticket. It simply means that this is a very sustainable business model. It's highly sustainable because it keeps money flowing into the business at all times. You don't reap what you don't sow here. If you want to reap, you've got to sow. And how do you sow? You've got to purchase a ticket.
Okay, and then let me be clear. I mean, billions are spending on lotto tickets anyway all over the world. So the lotto companies, these 5 big ones that we were talking about, understand what CROWD1 is doing. Essentially, in a normal store, if I go to the lotto place, I'll buy a ticket and I get a shot. If I'm understanding what you're saying, under this setup, I'm buying a ticket, but with the people above and below, I'm actually getting extra shots. Am I getting extra bang for my buck? Is that what we're talking?
Yes,
Extra
you're getting
chances.
4 extra shots, 2 from up and 2 from down.
So that's no brainer. That's why
Yeah, exactly.
major companies are involved. So this is going to be huge, and it's going to be at the spear point, the apex of AFFILGO. When is this going to launch?
Oh, I have no idea, but hopefully this next event or before the year runs out. But here's the thing, Chris, what people don't realize, CROWD1 is the fastest growing company. These partners in Epic One Lotto, they realize this fact. With this business model, what I just explained, it will mean that nearly or more than half of the members of CROWD1 would spend money on Epic One Lotto. They realize that the numbers will triple. It's 10 million today, it's going to be 30 million someday. Pretty soon, it's going to be 100 million. I mean, it's the top companies in Europe and in America that are coming in because they know visionaries run these companies. They see what's going to happen. So they are, positioning themselves right now because this is going to get really, really huge.
And most people buy lotto tickets anyway, right? I mean, the vast majority. So why not buy where you get extra shots? And when you do buy, you're also making money in the payouts. Go ahead. Yeah, Jim.
Plus, I don't want to sit there and having you as my upline and you winning and I not winning. So that would never happen, I think. And I think many people think like that.
All right, so we've covered it. I wanted to make sure you understood the clarities of what's going on with the AFFILGO and how Epic Lotto kicks into that and where we're going with this. Now I want to go to this next piece, and we will be answering questions. But this is pretty big and extensive. Here we go. Now, he doesn't have a face, but I gave him a face because this is the face I sort of felt like I should give him. So let's go down here. I just wanted you to read through this. We're going to take through this. This is important. Stand by. These guys keep rambling and repeating the same BS every time. They talk more in philosophy and nothing on the nuts and bolts of the business. Now, mind you, we've done an episode of Life Trends, nuts and bolts, and today about AFFILGO, nuts and bolts, but he says no nuts and bolts. In reality, apart from the educational package, there is not a single product with which you can make a profit. Now let's be careful. When he says educational package, there's actually 33 educational packages. What? Yeah, 33, along with, in addition to, a package from, well, not a package, actually it is a package from Anthony Robbins. You know Anthony Robbins, Tony Robbins, the guru throughout the world? That's there, but we won't talk about it.
This is also frequency of success. It's a show, it's not a presentation. In our presentation, we go through all the nuts and bolts. So then you are welcome to come and see that there. So yeah, that's another thing.
That's
I just want to mention that. Yeah.
That is very, very true. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's move on. So in reality, from the educational package, there's not a single product, listen to him now, not a single product with which you make a profit. Next, because I'll prove it. Everything, but really everything that was promised did not come or was taken back. So listen to what he's saying. Now, anybody who doesn't know CROWD1 are going to read this and say, oh, wow, really? Everything that was promised did not come or was taken back. Wow, devastating. The promised debit card is still not available today. Why? The truth, COVID-19 has delayed, but it will be coming out. Let's move on. The change shop to change the owner rights or the reward was announced large, but is not come. I think he is talking about some different multi-level marketing company. That's hallucination. I don't even know what that is in reference to. The start of AFFILGO and its products was postponed to November 15th. Being postponed to November 15th doesn't mean we're a scam. It means the company is a launch in progress. But see, he's trying to convince you it's a scam. The same applies to the life AFFILGO. I don't even know what the hell that is. And I know everything about CROWD1. It just means nothing. The calculator for calculating the money has been removed. What? They removed the calculator? Oh no, it's gotta be a scam. Do you see the crap they pull at? Now watch what happens. Watch how it works. The travel agency shop was announced big. Today, no one can convey anything. The travel agency shop. Again, we're talking about a different company, you can't be talking about life trends. Clearly, can you? Today, no member can convey anything. Really? We can click and interconnect all the time. In fact, 2 million people are now interconnected to life trends, but you're talking about the travel agency shop? There is no travel agency shop. There's life trends and it is up and operational, but you wouldn't want to say that, would you? Let's move on. Here's the shocker. Are you ready for this? You have to wait 4 weeks for payment, even with the Bitcoin transfer, which is completely out of the question. And the owner, Mr. Jonas Eric Werner, I get confused sometimes with the Jonas and the Johan. Jonas Eric Werner, the founder, was just last week, which you missed, was explaining what that problem was and how they have now overcoming that problem. So that's great news. But here's the other reality. You see, months and months and months ago, this guy was screaming, CROWD1 is fake because they don't even have payouts. And then when CROWD1 had its first payout, he doesn't say nothing. And when they have their second payout and their third payout and their fourth payout, he doesn't say nothing until he comes up with, aha. But here's the problem. It takes 4 weeks. The very fact that CROWD1 is paying out is the cherry on the cake. The very fact that CROWD1 allows you to withdraw, but you don't say any of this. Why would you say this? Because it doesn't support your agenda-driven lies. So let's move on. In short, he says, CROWD1 is a bogus pack. A bogus pack. I think he means scam. I am very disappointed. Oh, really? You're very disappointed at the fact that CROWD1 exists. Let's move on. Members are now buying the education packages from their own pockets just to find new victims with a hand. Wow. Yeah, okay. However you want to terminate that, terminology, use that. Fine. The quality of the videos offered in these packages is a short form of general knowledge, of which everyone can get for free on YouTube, and much better and suited for their nominated countries. Let's be clear on this. You can get everything and anything on YouTube. You can find everything and anything on YouTube. You can pick out one of the top teachers in the world, Wayne Dyer. Who's him? Just Google Wayne Dyer. And you can get, if you search, and you can get these videos and this book and that PDF and this pirated and that pirated, and you can use an enormous amount of hours and start assembling as much as you can. Anybody can do that. That doesn't make Wayne Dyer a fake, a fraud. It doesn't. Yes, you can find stuff similar to what CROWD1 are putting out. The way anybody, and Microsoft, Bill Gates, whatever he puts out, you can get. Tony Robbins, Brendan Burchard, whatever, all of these people, you can get and pull from the internet if you're prepared to put in weeks of research and going through and pulling it all together. CROWD1 has it all ready for you, 33 products all ready to go. So just the fact that, yes, you can search and pull similar things doesn't mean CROWD1 is a scam, but you're painting it as a scam. That's how you're painting it. Let's move on. My response was, since he's accusing us of not having nuts and bolts, I figured my response will have nuts and bolts. And when he's saying we're not really touching on anything, I wanted to go and show him, you know what? Here's the facts. So here it is. Clearly you don't have the facts. You are an agenda-driven liar. I will try to educate you on the real facts. CROWD1 is registered under a new name, which is Impact Crowd Technologies, taxation number, blah, 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 which makes CROWD1 legal in Europe and operational legally in over 160 countries. Of course, he doesn't say any of that. Why would he? Only 195 countries in the world, and so we have the majority of countries that support us. You would have a point if it were the other way around. So what I'm saying is, if there was 25 countries that CROWD1 was in and 170 countries that were against, this guy would have a point. But it's the other way around. 160 odd countries are for us, are allowing it. 25, and some of them like Iran, the United States, they have their own reasons about cryptocurrency. Very small and questionable, to say the least. However, CROWD1 uses KYC, Know Your Customer, process as directed by the European Union Compliance Act, and which makes all companies dealing in online cryptocurrency to implement a process of KYC that makes sure that only one person can withdraw from one account. This is to stop money laundering and tax evasion by an online company in Europe. This is another clue that CROWD1 is legal. CROWD1 trades legally in over 160 countries, which means those governments have accepted CROWD1 as legal. If CROWD1 was a scam, why would all these countries and governments allow it to do its business? Why would the European Union and the country of Spain and the city of Madrid, where CROWD1 has their head office, why would all of this be allowed to happen? Why would all these governments, 160 of them, allow it to happen? You say everything, but really everything that was promised did not come or was taken back. Here's the line. Now, let's read it again to sink it in. You say everything, but really everything that was promised did not happen or was taken back. And I reiterate that again and again. Now, let the truth be told. Visa was with CROWD1, and then Visa went down, but Visa came back, and so is MasterCard. Why would Visa and other major companies from around the world join CROWD1? CROWD1 launched AFFILGO, and it came, and we know the story, got whacked, got hit, and everything else. Let's move on. COVID-19 has devastated many plans, but not just for CROWD1, the entire world. Plus, CROWD1 brought on an exceptional, gifted, and reputable CEO to help guide the company to becoming a billion-dollar business. Of course, this guy doesn't say that. Plus, they announced the Epic Lotto, and we've explained that. It's been held up. And it will come out just like Visa and MasterCard. Plus, they launched the QR code, but he doesn't say nothing about that. Plus, they launched the educational products and are getting beefed up. Plus, launched the reformation of CROWD1 owner rights in and joined in to make it CROWD1 Rewards. Plus, they launched the new television studio. Plus, they launched new agreements. Sorry, this thing is jumping. Plus, launched new agreements for the gambling companies and that have joined CROWD1. Plus, launched the new magazine and the new print edition. Plus, starting from the first office in 2017, and then went on to launch 6 offices in Europe, South Africa, Malaysia, and Manila. Plus, getting ready to launch 3 more in South America, Nigeria, Hong Kong, but again, was devastated by the COVID-19. Let's move on. Plus, look at all the pluses that this guy never told you. So you'd never know. Plus, they launched the new release of the timeline for the payouts and residuals, and they have been paying out on time as promised. On time, paying out as promised. Plus, having 2 free cruises instead of the usual 1 free cruise. However, that's been delayed by COVID-19. Plus, they launched the entire online infrastructure that enables over millions of people to do business seamlessly. Plus, they launched live broadcasts to the world in a big way. Plus, launched their other they offered and gave out 350 million euros worth of free gift packs to CROWD1 members to give away to anyone who wants to step in and do business. 350 million euros worth given out in free gift packs. But he doesn't say any of this. Why would he? Plus, it goes on. Because look at what he's not telling you. Plus, they launched, Plus, they launched other products of safer and life trends that you say can't make money. All of this shows that CROWD1 is a work in progress. CROWD1 has launched a lot of things. Actually, CROWD1 is a massive work in progress. I would go far as say it's a revolutionary stage of business. You say, in reality, apart from the educational package, there is not a single product with which you can make a profit. We have Life Trends, AFFILGO, 30, but I'm saying we got AFFILGO, Life Trends, the AFFILGO, the 33 Euro packs, and yes, Epic Lotto and Mixter are on the way. Yes, we can withdraw money. See, he would love to say you can't withdraw money, but he can't say that. He would love to say you have no products, but he can't say that. He would love to say that you are not recognized as a top company, #1 company in the world, but he can't say that. He can't. What can he say? All he can say is it takes 4 weeks and you can't draw your money out for 4 weeks, blah, blah, blah. So let's go on down. You can't say that CROWD1 is not legal. You can't say it's not compliant, because it is. Because we are. And you can't say CROWD1 is not proven a scam. You can't prove CROWD1 is a scam, because in a court of law, CROWD1 is proven legal. So,
yeah, Chris, the whole thing is funny. I mean, looking at what this guy said, when I came across the comment, I was like, what's this guy saying? I mean, you see people out, this face is really funny. I hope this is not how he looks. But well, I mean, look at it. Everything is slow in the world. Everything is slow. Now, I gather that the debit card would have been launched since February 22nd in the event in Durban. But the corona started from China, right?
mm-hmm.
And here,
So they say.
UnionPay is a Chinese company. Now, after Corona, CROWD1 membership, the numbers of members in the company had grown tremendously. And the deal they had with UnionPay at the start was for a particular number, I mean, a projected number, for instance. Then later, they would keep producing more to accommodate the numbers that are coming. But after Corona, we had nearly 7 million members, if I'm not mistaken, or 6 million.
Yeah, 6 million.
Before Corona was barely 2 million, less than 2 million, if I'm not mistaken. So you see the growth. It was tremendous. So all this would certainly cause delay. And don't want to go into details about the other company that works like InterSwitch, and not InterSwitch, but it works, I don't know, their role is to connect the card and make it active so you can use. And they had this issue with the stock exchange market and all those, everything slowed this process down. But you know, people just come out without facts, without knowing what's going on, and they just talk.
That's why I wanted to hit this guy with facts. Let me just go on. We're almost done. We're almost done. He says, now look, after I gave all those facts, what does he say? You just proved my point. You just rambled a whole lot of nothing. Are you drunk? I just went through, 40 facts, and he says you just did nothing. You see what they do? Nothing. You specifically didn't answer my questions. I answered every question on planet Earth. Okay, I get it. That's what you do. You sidestep and try to answer in a way it comes across legitimate. But we are legitimate. We're legal in a court of law. We got all these launches happening. But you ain't fooling no one. I'm not fooling this guy.
First and foremost, he talked about, he asked the question, what products can you profit with? I mean, being a member of CROWD1, you can profit from that in a whole lot of ways. That in itself is profiting, being a CROWD1 member. But if you don't make any profit of it, then you don't have the company to blame. It's yourself. People forget this. This company is a marketing company. That is to say, they market products from other companies. Is what Amazon does, is what Uber does, is what Netflix does. There are so many companies out there that do this. I mean, he says you can make profits, but people are making millions from this business. And how did I make this money? I first of all paid in to become a member by purchasing this package. And now this company is blessing us with lots of products in the pipeline. The profit sharing program in place, it's really what it is for me. I mean, that's the most important. So this simply means if I work hard in this business, I can build a residual income for myself for the rest of my life. I mean, how cool is that? With the business model, it just tells you one thing. You can ring that $1 million bill, like you always say, in this business. People need to understand that and pay less attention to guys like this who just talk, because talk is cheap.
can somebody please tell me what products are we actually selling and making money from? Anybody? Jim? Anything?
Yes.
Go
We
ahead.
have the educational package. We have the magazine. That's a tangible product, as we say. And we have life trends, also tangible. You can feel the hotel room there and the bed and everything, I think. And safer.
So we got 33 educational products, 33 of them lined up. Your white pack is so many, your black pack is so many. We also have the Tony Robbins that you can click in and get the Tony Robbins stuff is all there as well.
When you come into this business, maybe you're not so interested in the educational package. Maybe you are interested to get access to other products that you want to sell.
That's what I'm doing.
That's what I mean when you have the choice there.
With that, now can we answer some questions?
How does the matching bonus work, and will I get from all levels with a gold pack?
Okay, how does the matching bonus work, and will I get from all levels on a gold pack? Okay, first and foremost, this is how the matching bonus works. We have generations in network marketing. We have first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. But in CROWD1, you earn up to the fifth generation, but there are conditions. So my first generations are the people that joined the business through my sponsor link. So when I send my sponsor link to Jim and Chris, they are my first generation. My second generation are the downlines of my first generation. So if Chris registers his wife, Jim registers his girlfriend. Chris's wife and Jim's girlfriend are my second generation, and so on and so forth. So that's how you earn. So matching bonus here is you earn 10% of anything anyone in your generation, in your genealogy earns. First generation, second, third, fourth, fifth, depending on your package. Now, his second question is, would I get from all levels on the gold pack? No, the gold pack earns you matching bonus only up to your fourth generation. But the condition is you must have 16 personally sponsored members. If you have that and you sit on the gold pack, then you can earn up to your fourth generation if you have enough people in, because you can have 16 personally sponsored members and they don't have downlines. So if they don't have downlines, that means you earn only from your first generation. So it's why you've got to duplicate yourself in your downlines and teach them to duplicate themselves in their downlines. That's network marketing. That's how you make the money. It's all in the power of duplication.
Jim has got more. Okay, Jim, give me another one.
Yeah. Rinder asks, will we earn money from every product that will be launched on CROWD1? Yes, we will. And we will earn from the pools for the monthly residual income and from the pool of the quarterly CROWD1 rewards payout. So we will earn from all of these products. So that's, again, we need to see this is work in progress, and the more products, more we will earn when we are in CROWD1 and working with this business. I have another one for you here from Jannike, and I would like you to answer this, Chris. How long will you do this show, Frequency of Success, that I always love to watch when it's coming out in the morning with my morning coffee?
Well, first off, thank you. We should do the morning. Good morning, CROWD1 show. Good morning, CROWD1. Good morning, CROWD1. What's happening in the news, sport, and weather? What is Eric Werner up to today? Well, he's doing this. What about that guy? We could do that. In all honesty, sir, the very fact that you are watching this for your morning coffee is like amazing, is beautiful. Thank you. I don't know how long I'm going to keep running for, but we'll keep running nonetheless. Anything else, guys?
Yes. I want to join CROWD1, but I have no sponsor. What can I do?
Oh.
Okay. Well, what I suggest you do, if you don't have a sponsor, for goodness sakes, you got Jim and James. You got Jim and James, or you got James and Jim. You've got their little sponsorship things right there. The description, there's Jim and there's James. Both of them know how to build a business. Both of them, we work together. So when you join one or you join the other, you're joining all of us.
I would say also go into a presentation first. So you really look through what it's all about and see that first before you make a decision. And then, as you said, Chris, then you can join one of us here in this team. And like I said, we have everything in the description there and links and everything for you. So if you don't have a sponsor, then you come to the right place.
So remember now, our Zoom sessions are every Tuesday and Thursday, 12 noon Toronto, Canada time. And there you get the nuts and bolts of CROWD1. Okay, so it's all there for you. Anything else, gentlemen?
If I'm going to be a networker, give me 3 good advice. And this is, I think we can end with this here today. And I will start to give one advice here. Don't start with network marketing saying, I can try this for a month and see how it goes. You must be committed and give it time and have some patience. Don't give up, because most people do. So that's my first tip there. You have something, James, on that?
Yes, duplication is key. Very, very important. Because in network marketing, you don't often succeed by being innovative, but you succeed when you duplicate what others have done. I mean, and that's why we have books out there, the experts, the professionals, giving us their recipe, because there is a recipe for success. So if you follow in their steps, you most likely get the same result. So you've got to duplicate. You learn, you teach your team to do the same and pass it on and on and on and on, and one makes money.
Very, very nice. I'll give you one little piece. You need to learn how to use the internet online. You've got to be able to take your business and go online and start learning how to build a community. In fact, I'll be doing in a few episodes, I'll be doing a proper board marketing, starting with you, and how you are going to be able, the options to be able to go online, all of the things that you could do to start building your business. It's going to be extensive, but you'll get it, work with it, and it will start changing your life. So that will be coming out soon. When you're presenting, you want to present facts, not exaggerations. It's really important you stay with facts, and CROWD1 is giving you facts that if you just stay with the facts, you'll be fine. So know your facts, know them so well so you can talk about them without reading all the notes. All right. Thank you, folks at home, for giving us your time. This is a big episode. Sorry. We're working with what we got. You're clear on AFFILGO, you're clear on watching the naysayers, and now you're clear on some of these questions. And we'll see you again next week with another exciting episode of Frequency of Success. All right, gentlemen, say goodbye, and then we're going to close it down.
Goodbye to everyone out there, and thank you for this time, and hope to see you next time. And thank you, Chris, and thank you, James.
All right, goodbye, everyone. Go out there, stay positive, be passionate about your business, and let's make the money.
Let's make the money, man. We're in the business to make the money.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.